First time in a while that I've turned on the video camera and immediately gained some kind of nervousness within my psyche and not been sure how to continue and so on. Usually when that happens, it is not really because I don't have an idea in mind, as that is not particularly how I work, but it is mostly because I'm heading in a new direction mentally than what I'd originally expect. And with change comes being terrified occasionally. With change comes, well, it can come with enlightenment, just like it can come with fear, just like it can come with joy and happiness or loss. My mind, for the last, I want to say about a year, longer, maybe a year and 2 months, has been within a different kind of working and a different kind of mindset than what it was in previously. Yet within that confined space of elaboration that I created for myself when I got so scared of the world in a way, but so enlightened and open in another. This would have been back when I was I want to say 20, 21. Within that space that I created for myself, I seeked out a deeper joy in thought, despite the fact that, ironically enough, I don't really think. I don't really have thoughts that I can notice, at least. But my introspection took a significant turn for the better and widened in a observationally. And the truth is I'm beyond the point where in my psyche is how do I put it? Is an evaluation of my faults and my flaws and my inner workings that I disagree with. Although that last point is more so debatable. I am beyond that. I am now kindred to happiness. But it hasn't been that way much in the last year and few months, despite my perspective being that way ultimately. See, the truth is, within one's own mindset, so within your words pertaining to your actions, pertaining to your reactions and so on, forms your person. That's a given in its very basis, in its basic sense. But I've kind of been thinking about what truly creates us as people. Because words don't necessarily mean personality. They do mean what you represent in life, but they don't necessarily mean personality, not by a long shot. And, the truth is this. I am beyond amazed at how people can be, just like I'm beyond saddened and how society can turn. But one thing's for sure, there is nothing wrong with crafting your personality. That is a beautiful thing in of itself. But there is something wrong with faking your being out of the purpose of fitting in. That's always been wrong. And that's something a lot of society does. A lot of people. The truth is, when life rides itself to better days, and when we are all under the thought process that we are fine is usually when things can take a turn for the worse. And this creates distraction within our lives, which creates a culmination of events that lead you to develop a better introspective lens. Because everyone essentially most people at least deal with problems. And those are up and down. This is a crucial part of who we are, I think, in a major way. As it is by relatability that you form sincerity and actions and so on. And the truth is I am overjoyed at the joy that we can experience, but I am understanding of the pain that we can face. Life is meant to be a gorgeous design, that I cannot disagree with. However, life is also meant to be finite in many ways, both to a person's personal development and through the grander scheme simply losing its steam. In the 2100s, I believe, is when we are predicted to die out, which is quite saddening as that is in 100 years, perhaps a bit more. And see, the truth is, perhaps we are all saved in the sense that we get to experience life. But perhaps we are all in need of what could be. Yet what could be seems unachievable because it almost is. Personally, you can do a hell of a lot for yourself. You can improve yourself tremendously just by maturely coming to rational thoughts and conclusions about situations can help. Figuring out who you are can help. There's a lot of things that can really form a person stupendously well at that. And that is gorgeous. I love life for that reason exactly. See, the truth is, I say that a lot, I know. I'm just thinking about things. We are all within our grown door. Meaning our ego creates our grown door, which creates our self-importance. And that creates us. Society's lens can take a different turn. When you are within a pathological state that is societal, maybe you deviate from your rational thought process, and maybe you gain a more accepting one, And maybe that is kind of sad in its own way. Maybe it really is. But yet it is the wheel that keeps on turning, is it not? The truth is, we are... I'll stop saying it, I'm sorry. Yet it is the truth, is it not? Again. Perhaps we are oblivious to our perspective, meaning what we say and how we rationalize and how we think and how we do. Perhaps some of us are, perhaps some of us aren't. Perhaps or definitely there is a difference between both in terms of what that means for a person. And I don't just mean strategic in terms of gaining influence. I mean actually being a person in the sense of freely flowing, or being a person in the sense of being forced and speaking through a stubborn lens. All these things fascinate me because they create the endeavor and the dichotomy and so on that is life. And, that is amazing. Regardless of how the flaws go, because you get a chance to live it out anyways, That I can never deny. And I guess the point is that beyond people's complexities and beyond the societal curve negating them, I guess the point is that I'm grateful that I'm alive. And I'm grateful that I get to live. Thank you for listening, and farewell.